Welcome to Sew Very Easy. My name is Laura, and the other day I needed a garment bag. So I went out and picked up one at the dollar store, hoping it would last me at least more than once. I was wrong, so I'm going to go and do what I should have done in the first place and made my own. The good part is I'm going to be able to use that zipper. So I have this ripped garment bag, but the zipper is still good. So I'm going to be able to remove that zipper and use it. But I am going to use this garment bag sort of as the pattern. It's just going to give me a good idea of the size. The bag size was okay. It just didn't last very long. So the garment bag is 23.5 inches wide and 53 inches long. So I know I want that side, maybe even a little bit more. The fabric I've chosen is a medium weight upholstery fabric. That way it has some strength to it. I don't have to have it quilted, and it's going to hold up through my wears. The fabric width is 60 inches. So if I just fold that fabric so the selvage touches the center, it's going to give me enough room plus a little bit more, and that's exactly what I want. So I will have the width that I want, and then whatever length you want, you can have it. And I'm going to do mine around that 54 inches. That zipper is going to go along the selvage, but I will be trimming off some of this selvage edge. But I'm going to use this edge as a guide, measure over 1/2 inch, and trim off the rest. So I'll have that bulkier end trimmed off, but I will have still a little bit here. So by using this edge as a guide, I'm going to fold that fabric once and fold it again. And that way it's going to have a nice finish from the back side. And then from the back side, I'm going to stitch right along this edge, and I'm going to do that to both of the selvages. So I have that one long piece, 60 inches wide, and whatever length you want it. 54, 55 inches is a good length. I will not be having any side seams, so I'm going to match up those selvages, which I did press and sew over, and I'm going to put the zipper on here. I've taken out that zipper, and I'm going to start it 3 inches from that top. Just place that zipper right along the edge, and use a zipper foot and stitch right along that edge. Now, if you're not confident on sewing in that zipper, we can always baste it first. And by basting it, we can use a fusible. So that fabric is going to sit on the outside of the teeth. So you will see that zipper. There are many different fusibles out there that you can use. This particular one is from Heat and Bond. It's a light one, which means I can sew through it, and that's what I'm looking for. We can put the fusible on the fabric or the zipper. I'm going to put it on the zipper, and that way it'll give me the exact amount that I need. I'm going to need a little bit left with no adhesive on the top and on the bottom, and my measurement is really just 2 fingers. So I'm going to take this tape, and with the paper side up, iron it right along the edge of the zipper. So this is a very thin 1/4 inch. So be sure to use the directions on the package that you are using, and then just press that down. I'm going to do the one side, and then I'm going to do the other. So I will have that tape stuck on to each of the far edges. I'm going to leave a little space at the top and a little space at the bottom. Once that fusible tape is on and it's cooled down, I can take off that paper, and I have a fusible like a glue right on that zipper. So take off that paper, and now I can line up that zipper. I'm going to start at 3 inches from the top and iron those layers together so the zipper and that fabric are going to adhere. If you find that that zipper is not pressing from the front side, you can press from behind so that you have more of a direct heat right along the edge of that zipper. We don't need to iron the teeth, just the tape of the zipper. So that zipper is now ironed on. It's going to be easier for me to stitch it when I do get to the machine. But I do need to fill the gap up at the top and at the bottom. So this is the gap here that I need to fill. So I'm going to need another strip of fabric. It can be a matching fabric or a coordinating fabric. I'm going to use a little bit of this fabric that's left over. I want to press a little bit of a seam coming to the front of the fabric. That's going to go along the sides. And one piece that's going to wrap around the back. That way when I flip this over, I can lift up that zipper, slide this in, and that's going to fill the gap from this side. And you can always baste that with your fusible. So from the back side, we have the wrong side of fabric, the zipper's over top of this little piece. When we turn it over, it fills in that gap, which would be the same distance as that zipper. We need to do this to the gap of the bottom and the top of the zipper. I now will be able to go to the machine and stitch down that little piece here, and that's going to lock in the zipper. Do that to the bottom and the top, and then we're going to be able to go all the way around and do the zipper. Put your zipper foot on, and that tape or that adhesive is going to hold it so you can just stitch and not do any pinning. So here's a close-up of that zipper. It ends, and then I have that little piece that fills that gap. But it looks nice from that one side, and it looks nice from the other, and we were able to stitch that end of the zipper down. So we have this big tube, and we're going to match up the center with the center of the back. So we have the center and the center of the zipper matching. Measure down 1 inch and put a mark. Now I can use this plastic bag as a template. Have that top go at that 1 inch. Now I can draw this shape. Because mine is a little bit bigger, I'm just going to slide it over until I hit that edge and just draw that shape. Slide this over to the next side and draw the shape. So I have the shape of the top. I need to leave a space so that when the hanger comes in, it's going to be able to fit. And I would recommend 2 to 3 inches. Depends on how thick your hanger is. And make a mark and go right up to the top. I want to cut those 2 lines right to that mark, going through both those fabrics. So I have that one cut and the second. So I've taken that little flap, fold once and fold twice, and pin. I want to do the same to this back piece. I'm going to fold it once and fold it again. So it's stopping right here at that cut line. So it's a clean edge right here. Go in and stitch down, over, and up on both pieces. This wedge on both sides is where the hanger is going to go through. We can rematch up those edges. Now I can go right from this one point, stitch down, and do the other side. Just do a straight stitch because we're going to finish that off after. Once this is stitched, there are many different ways we can finish off that edge. We can trim it down and do a zigzag stitch, trim it on the serger, or we can do a rolled hem. Any way you want to finish this is really up to you. Since I do have a serger, I'm just going to take this and trim off all that extra and finish that edge. With that top done, we just need to match up the bottom and finish this off any way you want. I'll be doing a straight stitch and then finish it on my serger. The bag is now complete. I can press that up. I can add my hangers and my garments. That 2 to 3 inch hole will fit the hanger tops. It zips up, and this will definitely last a lot longer than the Dollar Tree one. This garment bag is definitely a lot nicer than this. However, I was able to get the pattern and the zipper for just $1.50. And if you buy some extra fabric, you can make some extra accessories and you'll have a whole set. This is going to be a lot nicer to carry around or to have hanging in my closet. So I guess it wasn't so bad that I bought this after all. Thank you for joining me today on Sew Very Easy. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and I do have a newsletter all under Sew Very Easy. I'll put some links in the description for you. Thanks for joining me. Bye for now.